All right, here we go. Ready?
All right, for.
So today we are.
Wait, 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, bro.
You can't do that, bro. All right, so.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
We wanted to do a podcast today before the year ended.
Yes, sir.
Because we have a few things to talk about. One of which is what we're going to go right into.
Major announcement.
Major announcement alert. Still in the meeting. All
right, look. Like Jesse said, we have a major announcement, but we kind of already announced it, but we wanted to make a video for a long time. And
explain why.
We haven't got the chance to make that video just because obviously like end of the year, holidays, and we've been really busy since the announcement.
I thought about since COVID.
No. We've been really busy since that announcement, and then obviously like different things that we're working on. And so we wanted to dedicate a good portion of this video, of this podcast, however you want to word it, to introducing Leslie.
Yeah, talking about
why she's part of the team and why she is joining us.
Yeah.
And so I think after the first photo shoot, I immediately went to Jesse and I was like, yo, I don't know if like it's just me or maybe I'm just acting like out of just impulse, but I think like Leslie would be really dope. I think Leslie would be really dope for the team. Like I think we could like bring her, obviously like if she'd want to.
And I put pushback on it. Yeah. Sorry, Leslie. I put pushback on it. And let me tell you why. Not on Leslie herself, but because I told Tony, like, I don't want to act or do things out of pocket where we think, like, let's get somebody to help us with the dirty work, with the work. I like to put in the dirty work as much as possible. And so does Tony. It was the fact that we had such a good shoot with Leslie. We connected with her very well.
Well, and I think we've seen different companies, different brands, different people try to bring on too many people too fast, and then it ends up just kind of blowing up. And so I think we were always cautious of it to begin with, even before the shoot.
Even with collaborations with different people that have come to us, churches,
we've had a lot
friends.
we've had a lot of interesting collaborations, and we've actually turned them down just because we
didn't feel right.
It didn't feel right. That
was the real reason. It just didn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right, and we wanted it to feel right. And so after the shoot, it felt right to me. I took it to Jesse, and he was like, "Yeah, but like I don't, he pushed back, and I don't want another person to feel like that we're all in this and we're all going hard. But I was like, no, like I think because we're growing still, I think it'd be dope if we bring her in and we just really get her help and emphasis on the creative side of like photo shoots and themes and like, hey, like what do you think about this, and like really pushing the vision forward creatively, and then you kind of like shifted a little bit, like okay, like. Yeah.
Then because the connection felt, I was like, why don't we just start inviting Leslie to stuff to help us? And then he was like, I feel like she could help us actually with like design stuff and giving her opinion on certain shirts, hoodies, whatever. And also give her opinion on like social media. So she does. Y'all get to meet her in a second.
Yeah.
But she has a good eye for a lot of this stuff. And we're like, okay, we need the help.
Yeah, and so I met with her. We scheduled a meeting, and Jesse didn't show up to the meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Jesse didn't show up to the meeting, but we're not going to talk about that.
Hey.
Jesse didn't show up.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, we know you overslept.
If you know, you know.
We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. So then we scheduled a meeting. I talked to her, and I gave her, the vision and the idea, and I told her, like, hey, I want to make something really clear, like, from the jump. Like, you are a part, like, obviously, if you say yes, you're a part of the team, you're a part of everything that we do. But I don't want you to feel pressured to feel like you got to be in everything that we do, because at the end of the day, we're still growing, we're still learning. No one gets a salary. Obviously, one day in the future, we hope that we would be able to pay people and, take something. But as of right now, like, we don't do any of that. So I wanted to just make it clear to her, like, hey, if you can't make something, or if something is a little bit too much for you, then feel free to tell us no, or feel free to tell us you can't, whatever. And so I wanted to make that very clear and be very open and transparent. And so I think, what she'll explain here in a second, I think she felt a little bit more comfortable with that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She's here though.
We bring her in. We made her put on the sunglasses.
Yeah, we had to.
And so we brought in. Woo! I'm cueing the round of applause. So Leslie's here.
Welcome, Leslie.
We made her put on the sunglasses.
I got beef with Jesse now, knowing that he
I put pushback.
Nah, I'm playing. No, I'm happy to be part of the team.
So
first, tell us like.
Well, I was gonna say like
what you do.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Outside of here, like give yourself a little introduction.
I am a content creator / social media manager. Pretty much a freelancer, because I'll work with small businesses, helping them create content, manage their social
Fire
media. That's
content.
that's pretty much it.
Y'all seen it?
I'm trying to grow my own personal page as well, or my own brand, if you will say. But that's what I'm doing.
We'll leave the ad. Give the ad.
Oh, it's at Gucci Streets. I haven't
Yes,
used
sir.
her name
That's
since
why I
was-
said give the ad.
What-
I was
what-
be like, I cannot find it.
Where did the ad originate from? Because you've had that for a minute.
Dude, I get that question all the time, and literally was just I've had it since middle school. I can't remember how I came up with it.
It just stuck.
I knew that I wanted to create like a fashion page and show off my outfits. My outfits in middle school were not even
They weren't even Gucci.
They weren't good. And I don't even know. I just put both words together and I was like, oh, let me make this my username. And I've had it since, and I've wanted to change it a couple times, but my friends,
it's fire.
No,
my
keep
friends
it.
are always like, no, like that's like your signature in a sense or whatever.
Keep
I'm
it,
like, okay,
keep it.
I'll keep it. But yeah, that's my ad. If y'all want to go give a follow.
Go give her a follow, bro. She's dope.
Gucci Streets. At Gucci
At
Streets.
Gucci Streets. Go give her a follow. We did the photo. I invited you to do the photo shoot, right? We did the
Yeah.
photo shoot, and well, we were talking in like our meeting. You know, you said like that it went well and different things like that. Before I kind of mentioned or asked you to be part of the team, can you talk about? Because we haven't really spoke about this, but can you talk about like your experience during that time and how you felt that it went that night?
During the photo shoot?
Yeah.
I mean, it was really fun. I like creating. I like getting with creatives and putting our ideas together. So, I don't know. I mean, you sent me like the inspo and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such like my style. Like I really do like streetwear. It changes all the time. Sometimes I'll be into streetwear. Other times I'll be into more girly. Like it's all over the place. But I feel the most confident and comfortable in streetwear style. So immediately when you showed me the inspo, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm so down. And then, I mean, you guys' vibes are like great. And so it was fun. It was so much fun.
She was in her element the whole time.
How did you feel that it was like a different shoot than, I guess, what people are used to, or maybe even what you're used to? I don't know if you know.
I mean, I've done a couple photo shoots before, and those push me out of my comfort zone more because the type of clothing that I might be styling or modeling is a little bit different, not particularly something that I would wear. So I kind of have to like go into a different persona because it's not really my style. But with the photo shoot that night, it was very much, I was very much in my element. So it was easy in a sense because I was just very comfortable and it was very natural, I guess. Yeah.
After that night, and I came up to you and I was asking you like just about, you know, the idea of Leslie joining and seeing how she could push our vision forward. Talk a little about like our conversation and how you felt like when you gave your like, you know, your pushback and stuff like that.
Damn, I'm gonna get that all day. Remember when you pushed back that one time?
His new contact name is Mr.
Mr. Pushback. At Mr. Pushback. So yeah, it was just because we wanted to do things right. We wanted to make sure we feel like we've laid a good foundation, but we're still building on that foundation of where we want to go with different products, events, clothes, whatever, and even people who help us. Days of events, outside of events, whatever. So I always put pushback because I want to make sure that we're doing the right thing, right? So it has its pros and cons, but with Leslie, it felt right. We did the shoot. It felt like we had a lot of fun, good vibes, good connection. And then Tony asked me the question. I was like, this is literally so that Leslie can just put her mind with ours and push it forward with content, photo shoots, clothing, whatever. And so once he said that and we were both on the same page, I was like, okay, then I think this could work.
I appreciate the transparency and the being so understanding that, I mean, I know we all have like our separate lives and a bunch of things going on. So, you know, working with y'all, like when we had that meeting, you were so clear and so honest about like, if you can't make things
Like I want it to be
like,
so
no
clear,
pressure,
like there's no pressure, there's no nothing.
That made me even more comfortable because I also don't like saying yes to something and there being like a expectation, and if I know like I can't like meet it, then I'm not gonna feel comfortable joining because, you know, I want to be able to give it what I can or my all, you know. So this is the first time I ever see something like this where it's like going to a church and growing up in, I guess what you might say, a little bit of a toxic church environment. There was never anything like this where it's kind of like the younger generation, or I don't know, maybe Gen Z. What are y'all?
Yeah, Gen Z. We're Gen Z.
too.
We're Gen Z too.
I'm not.
You're basically Gen Z.
I'm at the cut, but I'm not.
He's like in the middle of a millennial and Gen Z.
Yeah. But
No,
you
but
know,
I'm not though. Nah, I'm just like.
We're about to expose our
Yeah, I
ages.
know, right?
No, but there was never anything like this where, there's always a difference between older generation and our generation now, and it's kind of hard to communicate and understand, and beliefs, values get in the way. And I loved what La Familia was doing and the message and just bringing our community together, it being a safe space for anyone, like really. And then the style, I mean, it's very much like streetwear, loungewear, hoodies. Like I freaking love anything that's loungewear. And so I was like, oh my God, yeah, like, yes. I'm like, if they ask me to do another photo shoot with them, or if they ask for my help, like, I'm for sure going to be down for it.
And like, quick thing to like roll on that. I've had a few people like tell us like, why do you guys emphasize so much like past toxic church culture, like church hurt? I'm like, every brand, every, whatever has their vision and their people that they're trying to reach. So our story originated from our past turning into something good, making something better than what we had experienced. And so for those who have asked us, like, why do you guys emphasize that so much? Like, get over it. It's like, oh, we're good, but we know there's people that are not. Yeah. We know there's people that are gone and out of. So we're staying in line with that vision to help them to create a fun, non-judgmental, and like a different view on community than what we grew up with, which we know they grew up with too. Mm-hmm. So if you think that we emphasize that a lot, is because that's our road. That's our
and what
niche target market.
What
people
brand doesn't like? What brand doesn't
have their thing? Yeah,
thrive or push their vision of how they started.
Exactly. So yeah, and because I have never seen anyone, social media. I mean, there's so much out there, but I have never seen anyone talk about church hurt and like toxic church culture. I feel like it's like out of respect in a sense. I feel like it's not talked about, but it's an actual thing, and can also be a trauma. Like I know for me, it took me a while to heal from everything that I experienced at the church that I was at, and for like 2 years I didn't even attend a church because I was just hurt from from the past church I was at. Thankfully, I've found a home church now, but I think it's something that needs to be discussed more, because I know we're not like y'all said, we're not the only ones that went through it, going through it. And so,
and I think like what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish is just create a community with people, whether that be, like the worship nights we do, or whether it be with clothing. We eventually want to shift or like transition to like being able to like run like a clothing brand like full time and stuff like that, and do like pop-ups and different things. But like the vision has and like will never change. I think any way that we're able to connect people and connect with people with our stories, with our clothes, because each clothing piece that we've done or each slogan that we've came up with ties into our vision and what our past was, you know what I'm saying, and what we wish it would have been or could have been, but it wasn't, and that's fine. But how can we push it forward and create that for people like Jesse or people like me or people like you, or just and be able to create a space where like I can pull up to that pop-up and hang out with them, and I know I'm a chill and I'm gonna be cool, and or I can pull up to the worship night and I can, I don't know, wear ripped jeans, or I don't know, whatever your story is, and be fine and have a good time, and and stuff like that. And so I think we're learning. We're two worship nights in, and I think we're growing as we go.
And way more, thanks to y'all, actually, more drops in hoodies, t-shirts than we thought we would be right now.
Yeah.
Like we said in the past podcast before, we didn't even have a drop at our first event ever. And to see that something good came out of us having to plan got more time to plan. We've been able to, where are we at now? 3 or 4 drops of clothes?
Yeah, like 3 or 4.
3 or 4, which is amazing. And we know we've been a little spastic online with dropping certain things here, and you guys are like, oh, coffee and shirts. Shout out to him though, because he's putting in work. Even though
he's throwing shade.
Look, let me say something.
He's throwing shade. Like we didn't. We weren't even gonna go in there.
No, look, I'm not gonna say what else we're dropping, because we do already have some few things working.
We do.
But here's the thing: we bought a machine. We got blessed with. We're not gonna say that what it is.
Yeah.
We got blessed with another machine for something, and so Tony's brain has been going crazy.
So I'm always working on the brand with something.
I get calls at like midnight. Like, hey, bro, can you FaceTime me real quick? No, and here's the thing. Tony doesn't tell you.
I'm like, check out this sample.
No, but Tony doesn't tell you, like, hey, bro, can I show you something? He makes it seem like there's an emergency.
I'll be like, bro, FaceTime me ASAP.
No.
Literally.
He be literally like, bro, like it's 12 at night, even if I'm at work, and he knows when I'm at work.
Jesse's asleep, and Tony's like...
If it's Saturday at 10 p.m., he knows I'm at work, and I get like 2 FaceTime calls. I'm like, bro, I'll call you later. He's like, call me ASAP. I'm like, bro, you good? Did you rent? What was going on?
I don't even answer him. He calls me, and I'm like, hey, yo, look at this. Look at this nigga.
Like, look what I just got. What, Tony? This is an orange T-shirt. Like
look at this new coffee
recipe. Send me a picture of it. Just send me a picture of the shirt, Tony. But look, that all to say, like, he's really passionate. Like, these machines have taken Tony to another level of creativity.
And I think I've never been so passionate about something ever in my life. Like, I'm passionate about a lot of things. But, like, I'm, like, all in with La Familia. So
seriously. Which is a great thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, whenever y'all see stuff that we're doing, like, just know that we're not half-assing, for lack of better words. Like, we're really putting into work. I'm always working on something, like, I might not like post all the behind the scenes because, like I said, I'm always like going, but like,
and Tony's got 2 jobs. When he's not in between those 2 jobs,
I'm working on.
He's working on La Familia. I swear, like, I wish I was lying and making this up, but I'm really.
He really wishes he was lying.
I really wish, like, Tony, take a break.
The phone calls
because I wouldn't be getting the phone calls all the time. No, but thanks to y'all, we've been able to purchase 1 machine. We've been able to meet people who have blessed us with other stuff, specifically this new thing that we got, which you guys will hear about it really soon. And because of that, we've been able to drop more hoodies. We're working on a T-shirt still, too, for you guys. We've been able to do the holiday drop. So this is the first hoodie that we did with the machine that she's wearing. And we also got to upgrade in the quality of the hoodie.
The quality on this hoodie is A1. How's it feel? Heavy?
It's heavy.
It's cold outside. You know she's wearing it, so she's good.
Yo. Look at this hood. I got a big head. And, like, it actually...
Yeah. People love that hood.
I think this is my favorite, I think this is one of my favorite things about it because I hate when hoodies are, like, yes, this is nice, but if the hood is, like, small, it's annoying.
Yeah. But, I've gotten a lot of, like, compliments literally specifically on the hoodie, like the hoodie part.
Yeah.
And so the hoodies on that one, those are A1. They sold out in 3 days.
3 days.
They sold out in 3 days, and... I gotta apologize to y'all because I didn't think they was gonna sell out that fast, at least.
Yeah, we would have done more, and we will.
We will for sure.
You know, bear with us. For those who got it, appreciate you. Some people that we don't even know personally got it.
Your homeboy.
My homeboy.
All right, we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there. So let's move on.
Oh, God.
Welcome, Leslie, to the team. We're happy that you're part of the team.
Thank you.
Honestly,
seriously, for real, yeah.
Y'all, you know, if you see Leslie at the next event, tell her thank you.
You will. Unless we plan it last minute.
Unless
we plan the event last minute. But
shout out to Leslie. So let's move on real quick to a couple other things. I want to talk about real quick the holiday drop, which we kind of already mentioned right now. We have a few hoodies left from our holiday drop with our original design slogan.
From the first shirt, but it's on a different,
Yeah, it's on the hoodie, the black hoodie with the puff ink. And
with a puff print.
That was the first one that you officially collaborated with us on, like as
Came
part
to
of
the
the
shoot. Yeah, shout out Evelyn and Jacob. Thanks for doing that for us.
They let us use their space and talk a little bit how that went because that was kind of last minute too, kind of for you.
Dang,
she was coming like from church, right?
Yes, I did. Like straight from church, went to the shoot. Honestly. Because they would just be like, hey, are you free tomorrow for a shoot or whatever? And this time, they didn't really tell me what the theme or what was going on. I don't know if I was going to be in the shoot. I don't know if the family, like Evelyn's family, like I didn't know. But
we're still working on that aspect of communication.
I think that's where I'll come in and start getting the more
for sure. Because Jesse and I, it's like, all right, cool, like very like minimal use of words.
Which we could plan. If we planned, we would still do it, but we don't.
But why?
But why though?
Why would we do that?
But that's the nice thing that even though things are last minute, like it still like ends up being just great.
It's always high quality.
The vision comes together, and
we've been blessed with really cool, great people who work with us and who have offered their homes. Evelyn did that, and they killed it. And like we said, we want to keep doing every shoot a certain style theme and not just do like a throw on the cargo pants with the t-shirt.
Yeah, we always want to make it like a scene, like a full scene when moving forward. So, so Sound like it went good.
It wasn't good.
She was on her first video. She was on the Christmas video.
It took me about 10 takes.
Oh my God.
You know why? Because he was like, I kept saying La Familia, which is more like English, and he was like La Familia, and I just kept.
The No Sabo kid was correcting the speech.
Yeah. First of all, I'm not No Sabo, but
it was in Spanglish.
Yeah, it was.
Right? Yeah. So it took me a minute to get it.
So in your head, you were thinking you had to say.
My brain was just, bilingual kids.
Yeah,
you know.
It did take her like 2 tries. I'm like, what is going on? Like,
But it was fun. It was fun.
It was good. She killed.
And we're working on can we talk about the next thing?
Yeah.
Sure?
I think because by this time it will kind of be close to it.
So we since things are going so well, and since we wanted to keep pushing, we just don't want to. I mean, there's pauses and breaks that we take, but not enough where it's like we ghost. Like we try to post content as much as we can. We do these podcasts as much as we can, so we can keep posting content, keeping you guys updated with those who have been following us since. I remember when we had 1 follower, which was Tony, and then me, and then Cecia. And we're like, oh, shoot. We got 3 followers.
We're growing.
But now, also thanks to Leslie. Got us a few more followers on there.
Our social media manager.
Our SM right here. But
I don't approve. There's some things I wouldn't have approved.
They're like, I still did not approve of all those posts.
I just want you to know that the last one was me, but all the other ones were not me.
But, I mean, some of y'all seen the coffee, which right now we're experimenting, having fun. We've had some